What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of SEMA Prep. Today we are at Blaze Off-Road going to install the SDHQ Dual Battery System for the 3rd Gen Tacoma. This system is very well thought out. Just looking at it, you can tell they put a lot of thought into where everything should go. They're using quality products, quality wiring. If Mitchell approves a Blaze Off-Road, I'm good with it because he is very, very critical about wiring. To power the truck, you guys know I run Fullthrottle batteries, so they have kindly provided 2 new batteries for this SDHQ system. But Mitchell's going to kind of break down, you know, what everything is, and we're going to show you where it goes. It'll be a pretty, not super in-depth install video, but it'll be an install video you guys will be able to do it at home. Let's dive in. So here's how everything comes packaged, right? I mean, they make it as idiot proof as possible. Every little thing is labeled here, even as far as the battery cables have labeled sheathing on them. So I mean, it's a pretty straightforward thing to do, but Mitchell's gonna make sure that we put everything where it's supposed to go, because I believe you have to move some of the brake lines or put a bracket on a brake line, so he'll show us all that. So for my truck, Mitchell's just gonna remove a lot of the accessories and stuff that's already on there, just because we're gonna put in a brand new battery, and he's gonna be moving everything from old battery to new battery, and then we'll start working on the second battery. So Mitchell is assembling the battery terminals. So your medium bolt is gonna go through here with the nut like this, and then your shorter ones are gonna go, these guys, are gonna go in the back side with the washers like that. That way we can put auxiliary stuff here, and don't have to stack them on one terminal, which is really nice, the SDHQ stuff. Mitchell has got the Group 24 Fullthrottle battery in here now, putting the SDHQ tie downs in, and these things are all billet, super nice quality, way better than the factory garbage.
It'll hold that heavy battery down.
Yeah, that's true. So now that that battery's not going anywhere, we're gonna install the new terminals for this guy. So you want them to face this way, bolts towards the back, so all your accessories are easily mountable to the back of these new terminals.
And then also keep in mind this bolt comes out. So if you have it facing this way, it'll arc out on this. So you want that bolt so that it pulls out away from the ground point there at the metal. So this side doesn't matter, obviously, because if it touches this, these are both grounded. However, if it goes this way, depending on where your battery's positioned, you might not be able to get it out against the fender. So on the ground side, we always put the bolt facing this way so we can pull it out.
But this one stays facing towards.
Correct. So that it's not hitting anything metal that it can arc.
So you don't want positive to arc this out.
Correct.
So now that this side is in and secured, we're gonna prep the passenger side. We're gonna temporarily remove the alarm horn and mounting the battery tray for the second battery that SDHQ supplies right here. Once you have this bracket out, you can leave it out. We're not gonna use it again.
So this is the Blue Sea Systems MLACR. That means magnetic latching automatic charge relay, and it's essentially just that on the automatic charge relay side. So what it does is if you are above 13.5 volts for 30 seconds, it'll connect the 2 batteries. It means your vehicle is running, so it's going to be able to charge the secondary battery. If you're above 13 volts for 90 seconds, it'll connect them also. That's kind of the smart alternator thing on modern cars. This gets around that for you. And then if it's below 12.35 volts for 10 seconds, below 12.75 for 30, so on and so forth, it'll disconnect them because it's basically seeing that it's no longer charging from the primary battery. It'll disconnect the circuits and allow you to isolate that secondary battery to use all of your aftermarket goodies while camping or doing whatever without draining your primary battery, meaning that even if you kill it, when you go to get into the car in the morning, it'll still start. And then in terms of the manual control side of this apparatus of the MLACR, this right here, this position is full lockout, so it will not automatically connect to the 2. This is where you're gonna have it the vast majority of the time. This is when it's automatically gonna be connecting the two and disconnecting. And then when you push that in right there in the middle, that's a manual override. So that's going to force it to connect the two batteries. That's gonna be if you need to self-jump your vehicle, for example. So if somehow say you run your radio, something factory that's connected to that primary battery and it kills that, you can use this to manually connect the two batteries by, once again, simply pushing in on that middle piece there.
So now we're getting ready to drop this dual battery bracket into place over here on the passenger side. Now, I've got a somewhat unique situation over here. Since we have the bypass for my long travel, we had to cut some of that stuff out. So that's gonna have to get welded in later on, but you should have a mount right there, so bolts right there that connect, then that'll hold that. So I'm gonna have to have that welded in later on, but the tray here is gonna sit right there. So there is that bracket mounted. We're gonna leave those loose so we can maneuver it up or down if we need to, but you can see the controller for this is facing forward, so it's easily accessible. Plug on the backside. So now you take the rod here and you have a nut on the back, which was just getting it started here. And this is gonna be for our battery tie down.
Before we drop the battery in here, we're routing the main power cable from that side, disconnected, obviously. So we have that power cable disconnected over there, but routing it over, running it into the port on, or the terminal on the bottom of the MLACR. And then we have the second cable, the shorter one, routing out of that. We're gonna be cutting some zip ties on this back harness and zip tying everything back up there once we're done running all the cables and getting everything mounted. But for now, getting the cables mounted to this guy, pre-running the cables from the other side, and then we're gonna drop the battery in and get everything connected.
All right, Mitchell has the Group 35 full throttle AGM battery in. He's tightening down all of the new terminals. He's got the power and everything connected to the Blue Seas controller there that he was talking about earlier. We are gonna have to make a couple of extra power cables to run from this secondary battery over to the Garmin power switches that are gonna be over here. And then we'll have the winch connected to this battery, so it's got its own battery because they pull so much power. So we're really getting there. For those of you that don't know, Mitchell actually specializes in wiring. So what he did here is he made some custom battery cables to run to the new batteries, the new dual system, and the power switches. So he's gonna get those hooked up, and then we should be just about ready to go.
There's one more thing, right?
What?
So that dual Garmin kit, we're taking it off and replacing it with the new one we're about to come out with.
You just put a new bracket on there.
Yeah, that's because I need to get rid of those because we're not going to be selling those anymore. So I figured I might as well give it to you because we have the new dual triple kit coming out. So it'll have the Safety Hub 150 plus 2 Garmins, or it'll be 3 Garmin power switches and a little fuse block. So
it's a good thing I know a wiring guy.
I wish I did.
Well, there you guys have it. Stay tuned to Mitchell Blaze Off-Road's website for that new Garmin kit. You can run 2 or 3 of the Garmin power switches. We're also gonna do, probably after SEMA, a 1-year review on the power switches themselves. All right, there you guys have it. So the truck now has the SDHQ Dual Battery System with the full throttle Group 24 and Group 35 batteries. The Group 35 in the passenger side is running all the accessories of the truck, minus the winch that is connected to the Group 24 up front here. Mitchell Blaze Off-Road did an awesome job installing it. If you guys don't know, Mitchell does all the wiring of the truck. He's located here in Colorado, so if you're in Colorado, come stop by, get a quote, or he can even make custom harnesses and ship them directly to you. SDHQ, thanks for the kit. The engine bay looks a lot better now, especially with the neat wiring. And I also don't have to worry about batteries dying when I go for extended camping trips. I can toggle between the two batteries, and then the hood solar is also charging as well. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.